What's up, everybody? Ryan here in Medina, Ohio. I got a couple of helpers with me. Jake and James. We're replacing an evaporator coil on a Trane rooftop unit. James is driving the lift around the building now just so we can use it to get the evaporator coil up on the roof. We're going to set up a ladder. We're going to use the lift and a ladder, recover the refrigerant, replace this evaporator coil. Should be a nice day. I've never been here before.
Neither have I.
Go ahead, take us down. We'll set up a ladder, get all our shit, get to work. Is that a swamp over there?
Yes, it is. I want to go fish in it. There's some ducks right there.
Now, hopefully we don't run into any geese. All right, guys, got our coil here. We're not gonna take it up just yet. We're gonna take up all these tools first, get the refrigerant recovered, start pulling the unit apart, and then we'll be back down to place that coil up on top of the lift, get it up there without any damage, hopefully. It's got to be this guy over here. 3180L. Okay, we got the refrigerant getting recovered as we speak. We're gonna go ahead and get this lid off, get everything opened up so we can start unscrewing the evaporator and get that all set. All right, guys, we're getting her opened up here. Just trying to find all the screws. We're gonna have to redo this wire because it goes down through. So we got smoke alarm wires, we got thermostat wires, we got sensor wires, all feed in through here. So we'll have to get that all unhooked and hooked back up properly. But one thing at a time. Getting the refrigerant out of first stage, and then once that's out, we'll swap over to second stage, get that taken out. We're also replacing the drain pan. You guys can take that drain trap off whenever you get a chance. We'll pull that out and start deconstructing this unit. All right, guys, we got about 3 pounds left in stage 1. I'm gonna let it go down a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna start pulling out the refrigerant out of stage 2. We've got everything kind of disassembled here. We've got screws removed. Shouldn't take much to get this pulled out and get the new coil in place. All right, guys, we're on to stage 2. We're gonna head down to the van, get the new coil up here. Go ahead and lean it right up against that wall over there. We've got to have one screw down there in the bottom somewhere.
last.
All right, guys, got her out. I just cut all these. I'm gonna flow nitrogen through and just pull off each end. I didn't want to have to bend the pipe up to try to get it to come out of the coil, so I just cut them. We'll pull each one of these off. They're gonna unpack that coil. I'm gonna go ahead and get the torches out, get this all set up. I'm gonna get my filter dryers in place. We'll slide the new one in, get it all screwed down, and weld it back in. We're gonna go ahead and slide the new coil in, get it all screwed into place. We'll get the piping put in place, get it brazed back in. All right, guys, we got it screwed in on that side. This is gonna need a little bit of adjustment, but I'm gonna go ahead and get these wires rerouted back through, get this thing screwed into place so I can make the connection and braze everything in. Oh, I still got nitrogen flowing. Anyway, so that's where we're at. Looking pretty good, fellas.
Yes, it is.
First coil for you guys?
First coil. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, we're gonna keep plugging away. This nitrogen is flowing. I'm about to braze these connections and get this evaporator welded in. All right, guys, filter dryers are welded in, coils welded in, flowed with nitrogen the whole time, so we should be in good shape. I'm gonna go ahead and pressure test these systems and vacuum down. We get the lid put back on and start buttoning this unit up. All right, guys, got a pressure test, 297 on stage 2, 347 on stage 1. We're gonna let that sit while we go ahead and start buttoning up this unit, and then we'll get our vacuums going if I'm happy with the pressure test, which I think I'm gonna be. All right, guys, pressures have held. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna dump stage 1, get my Appion hoses hooked up, vacuum down stage 1 while we eat lunch. And by the time we're done, that should be down to under 500 microns, and then we'll dump charge into this one and vacuum down stage 2. All right, guys, I got the micron gauge hooked up to the Schrader core removing tool, got my hoses all hooked up, so we're good to go. This one still has the same amount of pressure in it before, stage 2. So we'll go ahead and kick on the pump. And we're gonna go get a bite to eat. And by the time we get back, we'll see where this vacuum's down to. Just take a quick look and see what it pulls down to initially. All right, well, we're down below 300, and I just kicked it on a minute and a half ago, so we'll let this thing run while we eat lunch. By the time we get back, it should be good to go. It held pressure. I'm confident there's no leaks. We'll be back. Well, Jake forgot his fork today. Should we MacGyver him a fork out of some wire?
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
You're not going with the knife, bro?
I'm trying. It ain't working out too good.
Just use your hands. Scoop it up with your fingers. Yep, he's going back with the knife.
The knife kind of worked. I feel like I caught.
All right, guys, I got the micron gauge isolated, and we're down to 170. So I feel pretty confident that it's holding. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the factory charge of 422B to circuit 1, and then we'll dial it in after we get it running. We'll get the vacuum pump going on stage 2. All right, guys, I ran a vacuum on my suction hose here. That way I could charge the system. I'm still holding at 150 with the micron gauge isolated. Can't argue with that. I'm happy with it. I'm bled out here to the manifold, so I'm gonna go ahead and power up my scale. Scale zeroed out. We're good. Bled to the manifold. Go ahead and open that, and we'll go ahead and start feeding in refrigerant. I'll get the Schrader cores put back in, get everything moved over to second stage, and do the process all over again. All right, guys, I've got the Schrader core remover tools closed. I've got the vacuum gauge isolated on stage 2. We're holding at 200, so we're good to go here. I'm gonna go ahead and get as much refrigerant in this one as I can. Then we'll start with circuit 1. We'll run it, get it charged. All right, guys, we're getting all the panels on. I'm hooked up to stage 1. I'm gonna go ahead and get it charged up. Got 4 pounds, 5 ounces in it. We'll zero this out so we know we need at least 2 more pounds just to get the factory charge. So we'll start it up here shortly and get it charged up. All right, guys, 56 degree supply, 74 degree return, or 18 degrees. She's dumping some heat. Things are looking pretty good. 15 degrees is superheat. Saturation temperature is 46.6. Pressures look all right. Cooling nicely. I think we're gonna be in good shape. I'm gonna let this thing run for a bit while we clean up. All right, guys, everything's looking good here. We're gonna go ahead and clean things up. Nice evaporator coil replacement. I guess it was leaking in a couple of spots, so we just swapped it out instead of trying to patch it up. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Little evaporator replacement on this Trane rooftop unit. I appreciate you watching. If you liked the video, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon. That'll notify you anytime I got a new video coming out. Leave me a comment. Hit like. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.